Sometimes the amount of bullshit that is out there on the internet does worry me and concern me, especially on YouTube. You get people, and yes, I'm on YouTube, and I hope I don't spout bullshit, but you get so many people just spouting their opinions, nonsense, bullshit, things that I think really people should not be listening to. And not that I have all the answers and not that I'm the wise guru, but I hope I'm a voice of reason, and I hope in general I consider what I say, and I believe I do. But I mean, there's guys like Liver King and Andrew Tate. Not that I really follow Andrew Tate, but macho bullshit. Now, Liver King, some of his principles are fine, but he's so clearly on a shit ton of steroids. I mean, come on, you can see it, any fool can see it, and yet he denies it. And then you get young guys looking up to him, thinking that they can achieve that. You also get other guys who, for example, James Smith, who I love, James Smith PT, who I love, and yet even he contradicts himself where he speaks about not being into materialism, and yet he bought a fancy expensive watch, and he said he was looking at a financial investor to see what watch he was wearing. There's kind of contradictions to a lot of what people say, and he also tells young men to break away from the corporate 9 to 5 and go and chase their dreams and don't get tied down. And yet he admires his father, who stuck it out in the same job for 50 years. So we have to be careful who we listen to, and I think we need to really tune into our intuition and our deepest, wisest self when we are listening to advice from YouTubers, because don't forget, every YouTuber has an agenda. That's why they are on YouTube, myself included. My agenda is to hopefully help women in perimenopause and menopause just get the information that they need. And then in general, I really want women to feel good about themselves and who they are. But of course, I would like to make money doing it. I would love to make money off ad revenue. I don't have a product to sell as of yet, and I don't want to sell a bullshit product. But a lot of YouTubers are trying to sell you a course, a book, something, some physical product, or they're just trying to sell themselves. And I just need to tell you, you've got to be careful who you listen to and what they are saying and why are you listening to them, because they are not necessarily education specialists, doctors, psychiatrists, psychologists, philosophers. They don't always have your best interests at heart. A lot of them have their vested interests at heart, and they're pushing their videos and their product and trying to ramp up the thumbnail, the title, and the video for maximum engagement, maximum clicks, maximum views. And it's a fine line. Like myself as a YouTuber, I have to walk a fine line between trying to be engaging and be snappy and be a little bit out there so that people want to watch my stuff, and yet I still want to be real and honest and truthful and zero bullshit, or as zero as possible. I mean, we all spout bullshit now and then, but hopefully I'm as transparent as possible. I do worry, and I'm especially worried for the younger folk, but sometimes for the naive older people as well, who stumble across a video and think that the YouTuber giving them life advice or health advice or physical advice, whatever it may be, fitness advice, you think that they've got your best interest at heart, but they don't always. So what we need to do, I feel at least, now, yeah, I'm giving advice. Louise, so why is your advice any better? I don't know, honestly, but I just think if you center yourself, calm yourself, take deep breaths, go within, spend more time with yourself than you do listening to the YouTube gurus. And I always advise that to get off social media, get away from YouTube as often as you can. I believe then you will hear, and I hope you will hear, the honesty, something will resonate with you. You'll feel that vibration of authenticity. That's what I really want for everyone. And again, you don't even have to listen to me. Don't take my advice if it doesn't work for you, if it doesn't resonate for you. I just have to say, because it just riles me up when I hear so much bullshit on YouTube, please, please, please never substitute someone else's opinion or advice or life experience or whatever it is that they are telling you. Don't substitute that for your own best judgment and what's going to work for you. Only you know what will work for you. And there is some great advice. So don't get me wrong. I'm not saying don't turn to YouTube for inspiration. I think it's also wonderful that we get to learn directly from the athlete, the artist, the author, the singer, the poet, whoever it is, the psychologist, the psychiatrist. We get to learn directly from them and they get to speak to us. And that is so wonderful. And I love that. I love that about YouTube. But I think we just need to tune our ears to be discerning and to take in what's going to work for us at our life stage and age. Also, there's a lot of people on YouTube that don't have children who've achieved great things or telling you to go and do this or that or whatever, but they can do it because they're not running around like crazy raising their children. And a lot of people who achieve these great things are also haunted by very dark childhoods, dark pasts. They're running away from their demons. So that is the other thing I want to say. The last thing before I go is do not compare yourself and your journey and your life to these people on YouTube who are going on and on about their achievements. And yes, they are great. Their achievements are wonderful. But don't forget that they may have done it to run away from a dark past because they were abused or whatever the case may be. And they don't have children, so they can live a much more selfish, self-centered, self-focused life where they've got all the time and the freedom, not necessarily the money, some of them do, to pursue these goals relentlessly. Whereas we who are parents, we have little lives to look after, and that is the most important job on planet Earth. I fully believe that. Teachers and parents, so underrated. Good ones, that is. They are not always, not every parent or every teacher is good, but the good ones, we need to cherish them. And if you are struggling financially, but you're a good person, please, please, please don't ever feel bad about yourself. If you are struggling with your weight, but you are kind and caring, that is so much more important than your weight. Who the fuck cares? Who the fudge cares about how much you weigh? Who the fudge cares about fitness competitions? And I mean, these are goals and they're fine. There's nothing wrong with it. Everyone should do their life the way they want to do it. You do you, but always go back to your own intuition and your own inner wisdom, please. And I know that you have that wisdom inside of you. Sometimes the world is just so noisy that we forget, and we forget to trust ourselves, and we forget that we can just tune in to that still, silent voice inside of us that knows. There is a knowing inside of us. I fully believe that. Call it the universe, God, life, the greater intelligence, whatever you want to call it. It is there. And if you tune in, you can feel it. Blessings to you. I will see you in my next video. Thank you. Bye.